Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the Analog Oracle here, hoping you're having a great day. Today, we're going to change course a little bit. In my previous videos, I've been trying to figure out ways to help inform everybody about ways to resist and about what tools are available to us all, in a somewhat nonpartisan, even-handed way. But things have changed. Things are coming to a head. And I think it's time for us all to change course and take a more active stance. There are more executive orders, and now with our president deciding he's going to call himself a king and spread what is obviously Russian propaganda. It's time to change course. For too long I spoke of cooperation, of compromise, of finding a way forward through dialogue, but there comes a time when the dialogue just isn't enough. When the weight of inaction just threatens to crush what remains of our democracy. And the time's now. We have to move beyond words. It's time to act. We're at a turning point. The president has decided that our democracy is an inconvenience to him, that our laws are mere suggestions, that your voice, yes, your voice, just no longer matters. And Congress, they sit there in silence, watching. They're complicit in this unraveling of our republic. This is what happens when the balances of checks and balances that we have in place are completely dominated by one party. They have abrogated their responsibility. But it doesn't end there. It's not just about him seizing power, he's selling it. He and his billionaire cronies are working together to grow richer by the day. They're siphoning the wealth from us. They dismantle what remains of our institutions. And of course, there's always the one billionaire that everyone likes to talk about, in particular, who wields real power. He's unchecked and unchallenged, and he's ransacking our government. He's awarding himself, crazy bloated contracts while slashing the agencies that serve the people. These are agencies that feed hungry, that feed the sick, and they sustain the very fabric of our world. This isn't governance. This is plunder. Where's the outcry? Where's the resistance from those who swore an oath to uphold the Constitution? They hesitate, they deflect, they whisper in the corridors and claim, and leak news and leak what they really think instead of actually standing on the floor and declaring no more. But history shows us there is another way. There have been moments when those who were bound by party loyalty actually stepped beyond it to do what is right. If we think back to the Watergate scandal, when Republican leaders put country over party and told President Nixon his time was up, or at the fall of McCarthyism, when members of his own party refused to continue the charade of fear mongering and destruction. Even further back, during the fall of the fascist regimes in Europe, coalitions of conservatives, liberals, and socialists united to restore democratic rule. They weren't easy decisions. These required courage, they required sacrifice, and they were necessary. I don't think anybody in today's Republican Party has the courage or resolve to stand up and do what is right. But you, that's you, aren't bound by inaction. Democracy is not a spectator sport. It's something not something we can deserve from the sidelines, hope for better days. This moment, this second, requires engagement and it requires resolve. It's time for us to rise up, make the calls, fill the streets, do what I'm doing and communicate and get your voice out there. Demand that your representatives do what they were elected to do. The Constitution isn't a relic. It's our shield and our weapon against those who want us to kneel. And if they don't listen, if they refuse, then let history mark their names among the betrayers. This is our moment. This is our line in the sand. The hour is late, but the battle is not lost. We are the resistance. We are the people, and we will not bow.